I led information security at a publicly traded company. And I'm going to tell you the truth most small business owners never hear. Most hacks do not start with elite hackers or custom malware. They start with one weak password, one fake email, one unpatched system, one account nobody remembered to turn off, or one backup nobody ever tested. By the end of this video, you'll know the 5 ways attackers actually get in and what to fix first. This is not about scaring you. Security is a business enabler, not a blocker. You do not need a giant security team to reduce risk. You need the right basic controls, done consistently. I'm going to rank the 5 common ways attackers get in, then give you the first fix for each one. Number 1, stolen passwords and no MFA. Most attacks do not start with a genius hacker breaking encryption. They start with a login that already works. Attackers get passwords from old breaches, phishing pages, reused passwords, remote access tools, or accounts that were never protected with MFA. Colonial Pipeline was hit after attackers used a compromised VPN account that did not have MFA. The company paid roughly $4.4 million in ransom. For small businesses, this is usually email, Microsoft 365, Google Workspace, payroll, banking, QuickBooks, remote desktop, VPN, or a managed service provider account. The fix is simple. Turn on MFA for email, finance, admin, and remote access accounts. Then roll out a password manager and stop password reuse. Weak password plus no MFA equals front door unlocked. Number 2, phishing and social engineering. The attacker does not need to hack the system if they can convince a person to open the door. That can be a fake invoice, a fake payment change request, a fake Microsoft login page, a fake vendor email, or now even a fake voice or video call. MGM's 2023 breach was reportedly tied to help desk social engineering. MGM later estimated about a $100 million business impact. Engineering firm Arup was identified by CNN as the victim of a deepfake scam involving a Hong Kong employee and roughly $25 million. For small businesses, this often looks like one email. Here are the new wiring instructions. Your mailbox is full. Sign this document or urgent invoice attached. The fix. Verify any payment, payroll, bank, vendor, or account change out of band. Call a known number. Do not trust the number or link in the email. Lock down approval steps for money movement. Do not verify inside the suspicious message. Number 3, unpatched or exposed systems. Attackers scan the internet for known weaknesses. If your firewall, VPN, website plugin, remote desktop, router, or business app is exposed and outdated, you may not be targeted by name. You may just be found. Equifax said its 2017 breach involved a vulnerability in Apache struts as the initial attack vector. The breach exposed personal information of 147 million people. For small businesses, this is often an old firewall, forgotten VPN appliance, exposed remote desktop, WordPress plugin, outdated router or software nobody owns anymore. The fix: turn on auto updates where possible. Keep an inventory of what is internet facing. Remove unused apps, old accounts, and exposed services you do not need. If it faces the internet, someone is scanning it. Number 4, too much access and poor offboarding. Small businesses often grow fast and never clean up access. Everyone becomes an admin. Contractors get broad permissions. Former employees keep accounts. Shared logins float around forever. That turns one mistake or one bad exit into a bigger incident. Capital One said its 2019 incident affected about 100 million people in the U.S. and 6 million in Canada. Regulators later cited gaps in risk management before moving significant operations to the public cloud. The lesson is simple. Cloud access still needs ownership, review, and guardrails. For a smaller example, in the VUVA case, a former contractor used retained access to delete 23 servers of data, causing damage reported around £500,000 and redundancies. For a small business, this looks like the old bookkeeper still having access, a former employee's email still active, every manager being an admin, or a vendor account nobody reviews. The fix: Use least privilege. Do not make everyone an admin. Keep an offboarding checklist that shuts off access the same day someone leaves. Review admin access monthly. Access should expire when the job does. Number 5, no usable backups. Backups are not exciting until ransomware hits. Then they decide whether the incident is painful or existential. A backup that has never been restored is not a real backup. A backup connected to the same network can get encrypted with everything else. Maersk's NotPetya recovery famously depended on a surviving domain controller and gone after its domain controllers were wiped. The incident cost Maersk up to roughly $300 million. St. Margaret's Health later linked its closure to a ransomware attack that disrupted billing for months, alongside other financial pressure. For small businesses, this is the external drive plugged into the server, the cloud backup nobody checks, or the "we think the MSP handles it" assumption. The fix: use 3-2-1 backups. 3 copies, 2 types of storage, 1 offline or segregated. Then test a restore. Do not just check that the backup job says success. A backup you have never restored is a hope, not a plan. Notice the pattern. None of this is sophisticated. It is basic security done consistently. Enterprise-grade security does not start with buying expensive tools. It starts with doing the boring things well. MFA, a password manager, phishing and payment verification, patching and exposure cleanup, least privilege and offboarding, and tested backups. You do not need a huge team. You need the right 5 things done. Here is what I would do this week. First, turn on MFA for email, finance, admin, and remote access accounts. Second, roll out a password manager. Third, turn on auto updates and remove unused apps and accounts. Fourth, review who has admin access and who should not. Fifth, set up 1 backup and test a restore. If you do only one thing today, turn on MFA for email and finance. That closes the most common front door. One more point before the close. Do not try to fix all 5 at once. Pick the one that protects money and access first. For most small businesses, that means MFA, payment verification, and tested backups. Those 3 reduce the blast radius fast while you clean up the rest. 5 ways in, 5 basic fixes. That is the point. Most small business security is not about fear or fancy tools. It is about closing the doors attackers keep using. If you want help figuring out where your business is exposed, the link is in the description. And if you want the next video, I'll cover the $0 cybersecurity setup I'd put in place first.